Hey guys, let's talk about me and Franco and the time we met.
President of Humboldt County, California, and freestyle rapping in general, Franco.
Franco started battling in, I think, 2001, and he gets to the Scribble finals like 3 or 4 times. He's doing these big California national events. He does the World Rap Championships. Franco, in his own element, he's freestyling better than most people's songs.
Hacking like they was mad like Jason, but they didn't have the master faking. Me, I have to make a master plan. Coming them up from $500,000. Look at my hand, all I found was in my pocket. But this ain't no spoken word. I just smoking herb next to a broken curb. And my flow for sure. Franco is here, the dopest serving ya. Never heard of ya, but the word on the street over beats, I will murder ya. Every verse I spit, freestyle is coming up perfect.
Now, moving forward some, the acapella wave hits and the leagues are taking over. Grind Time, King of the Dot, and Franco makes appearances.
He say he got bars, he can't really spit the hot ones. He frontin' like he battled, but he hasn't did it often. You get left with the cement shoes, bitch, like Jimmy Hoffa.
At the time, I thought it was mind-boggling what he was doing. I was like, he's really rapping. He's not just doing corny jokes, man. This guy's rapping. Looking back,
if you're only out for fame, they could blow you out the frame. Slow your roll, what comes around goes around the same. My folks, those who love the sound, the homies I would claim.
Now that battling has evolved, it's easier to look back at what he was doing and saying, you know, that really didn't fit, and maybe in not a great way. But in my mind, 2010, 2011, this is still one of the GOATs walking. This is the Franco.
I have the most fun probably battling Franco. Just because he's so, like, he gives you something to feed off. He's so energetic and, like, just nonstop rapid fire that you can't slip against him because it's going to be match over.
I'm supposed to win. You must be on a coca binge. Your bones are slimmer than the Olsen twins. That's the fucking skinny type. That's why you don't live this shitty life.
I roll with a better team. I don't do a coke binge. I'm the big red machine on methamphetamines. You look like you swallowed an inner tube and pumped it up. You custard sucking motherfucking gutter punk. I'll call you Buttercup. I'll take your mom and I'll fuck her up. She jumps double dutch, the puddle jumping fucking slut. I hit you with an uppercut that you would call a sucker punch. Fucker.
I think to set up this story, the last missing element is that Franco is notoriously a little scatterbrained. He's unpredictable. This guy wasn't playing like he was someone who was angry with an overactive mind. As we kind of got to know Franco, which you could do in this new YouTube era, it became more and more apparent just how not a character him on stage was. But listen, this video isn't about Franco's shortcomings. This video is about me being one of his biggest fans, and also, back when this happened, a bit of a scumbag. I think it's Christmas 2010, and it's time to get my little brother Mantra a present. I want to get him something good, but I have no money. I have beyond no money. I had been sleeping in San Jose in a recently cleared out weed grow room, just on the floor and cement. But anyway, needed to get a present for Mantra. Now, Rye Bread from Fresco's crew, right, Borgata Mob, had told me that he had ripped off Franco. He was very proud of this. He was drunk at a party and he was telling me this, 6 months before this, that he had ordered Franco's DVD and said, yeah, I'll mail you the $20. He'd gotten the DVD and then never paid him, and he was really happy about it, and we had a good laugh. And so, even though I felt like I was above it and I didn't want to, I pulled the same trick. And regrettably, I asked Franco to send me the DVD, said the money's on the way, he sent it, I get it, and then I just never sent him the money. To make matters even worse, I couldn't wait, and I was really drunk and high one day, like at noon, and I open the DVD and I watch it before I give it to my brother, so we can't even experience it together. The whole thing, really just heartbreaking. Ugh. Makes me feel gross that I did that, right? That I couldn't control my urges I was that rapid of a Franco fan. I had to rip him off and watch it before I could watch it with my brother, you know? Anyway, I thought this was all just gonna be something that I could bury deep down inside, feel ashamed of, one of the million things, and then just move on with my life. But the next year, I'm finally like living in a real apartment. Now, there was no insulation in the walls and it was fucking freezing and sucked, but I had my own place, things were stable, and No Coast was bringing Franco out. Me and my friends were like, this could be it. This could be like, you know, this is Franco's return. Like, you know, he's had a little bit of time to figure this out and he's gonna come back and he's gonna kill it. But I, meanwhile, am nervous as hell to wonder if he remembers that I'm the same guy that ripped him off for $20. Franco yells out, "Where's my money, Bets?" Like, tongue in cheek, okay, but also like he might attack me if I don't have money, and I'm ready. I've not only got the $20 on him, I'm like, here's 40 more and give me what other merch you have, and then I think I gave him like $10 on top of it. So I hand him like $60 and he gives me a record and it, you know, and like that's it, I think. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, you know, mumbling and like, you know, being like, oh God, I'm caught, I'm ashamed. And he's like, we're good, man, especially because I'm also like, you're at my house, let me get you really high. So that's it. We wash past that situation, and I am so relieved / guilty, and I just feel awful. I still feel bad about it because nobody deserves that. I'm a fan of his. Come on, you got to respect the artist. Anywho, it's time for the event. It's that night, and it's time for Franco to battle. And right before he battles, which weird timing, he does a set. And he's like going through all these new songs, and they're not that kicking. They're like not the same energy. They're not that same organic jazzy feel I'm used to. It's more just straight like him rapping fast. And I'm like, okay, that's disappointing. But you know, I got to meet him, and let's see what he does in this fucking battle. And the first battle is him versus Isaac Knox. And he starts, and he's doing written verses. And not only that, he's doing the verses he just did on stage. Like the crowd that's there, it's like 20 people. We watched him rap for 20 minutes, and then we came outside and he rapped the same 20 minutes again versus one of the other best freestyle battlers in the world.
I was so excited to see this battle. I was like, oh my God, there's Franco, you know, and then he started and I was like, oh no.
Pulling the motherfucking China shop kind of car, singing on a roundabout, a higher light, front of my eyes shot, seeing floaters in the sky. I thought consuming shoes from a room with a giant knot. Go ahead and try to supply, you'll get shine. Start trying to start ripping people's lighters off. Charge with a minimum, find with the pen, I'm inclined to tremble with adrenaline when I assemble a line. You might remember the time I had a rap like Michael Jackson with a feminine line.
So Knox, I'm gonna teach you how to write for battles, not a verse from your album. Next time you have an opponent, try to rap about them. I mean, you said something about lighters off and inside the box. You know how easy that would have been to rhyme with Isaac Knox?
I think you kind of broke a bubble because I think everybody was kind of like, wow, Franco's amazing. Maybe I just don't get it. You know, like maybe he was so good. Like, I mean, that's when I was listening, I was like, maybe he's going so fast that I'm not hearing the good lines. Like maybe I'm missing something here, you know? And I think you kind of, like that very first line, you just let everybody know that it's okay. That was subpar.
Give y'all permission to not like it.
Exactly.
Oh,
it is the only battle ever out of the 1,000 I've hosted that I've almost stopped them and said, you have to freestyle. I've never even considered being like, we gotta stop what's going on. And I probably should have, because it was Franco and he'd almost attacked me hours before and I respected him so much, I didn't stop him. And I probably should have, because he then did the same thing the next night.
Hold it down.
Control your boners, ladies. Yo, I'm trapped in this game, I'm tapping the range. It's only natural, my habits arrange. Rapping the same as smacking the dame while trafficking hash in the rain after hijacking the plane. Dragging with a hazardous flame, blasting your fucking brains out, break free from your shackles and chains.
This is all This is all so sad and crazy.
He could have addressed my material. He could have read the moment and the circumstance and just done things about whatever I'm wearing or the crowd. Like,
I wonder if Flesh knew what he was gonna do, what he was planning.
I don't know.
I wonder if Franco knew.
Yeah, right. It's strange.
Yeah.
I love you, Franco.
Alright, so 4 years go by, and I'm sober, I'm living with my girlfriend Libby, and I start editing down the Franco DVD to finally put all of that footage online. I'm so stoked about it. I haven't been this excited about a stash of footage in a long time, and I say to Libby over coffee, you know, I'm putting all this footage online of this rapper named Franco, and the last guy that did that was my buddy Philip Drummond. And Franco sent him a message, right? And the message just said, I know where you live, I have a car, I have a gun. And so he's like, so pissed that this footage is gonna go up, he's threatening his life. And I'm telling Libby this story as if it's the funniest anecdote ever. Like, isn't that amusing? And she says, what? Don't do that. And I'm like, don't do what? She says, don't put the footage online of the murderous rapper who hates his footage being online. And I was like, this is why I listen to you.